Welcome to the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, October 16th. Over the last 2 weeks, we've seen very dry conditions across Nevada, Utah, and the Arizona Strip with no precipitation reported. The only precipitation we have seen has been in the far north up across parts of Idaho and Wyoming. However, even this precipitation is below normal for the time of year. Snowfall has been minimal. We have not had any recent snowfall in the last 3 days, and the snow depth is highest across central Idaho into northwest Wyoming. Looking at our current snowpack, it's these areas in the far north that are near to above normal for snowpack for the time of year, and elsewhere across the Great Basin, well below normal for October. Also looking at the Evaporative Demand Drought Index, the EDDI, this indicates flash drought or near real-time drought occurrences across the United States. With the dry conditions we've seen across the southern areas of the Great Basin, you can see the image on the left shows the latest drought. The image on the right is 1 week ago. So you can see after a week of drying, we've seen the drought now in the class 4 over parts of southern and eastern Utah, the Arizona Strip, and far southern Nevada, with definitely better conditions further north in areas that have seen some precipitation. Our satellite image from this morning shows high pressure across the region. However, we do have a stronger area of low pressure that will push a cold front through the Great Basin over the next couple of days, and this will allow winds to start increasing today and will increase further tomorrow. Looking at our weather conditions for later today, you can see that trough of low pressure and cold front off the west coast. So we will see winds start to increase today, mainly along the Sierra front and also over parts of Idaho and northern Nevada, but wind gusts will generally be around 30 miles per hour. We will see dry conditions across the Great Basin today with low relative humidity and lighter winds in the south. Therefore, ventilation index will remain high over western and northern areas and lower over much of eastern and southern Utah. As we look at the transport winds, the image on the left, you can see where the winds will be increasing over northern and western areas, strongest along the higher terrain in the Sierra, and mixing heights will generally be moderate to high across the Great Basin. As we move into Thursday, this cold front tracks eastward across central areas of the basin, so we will see winds increase further, especially across southern and eastern areas on Thursday. This is also where relative humidity will be the lowest. We do have some red flag warnings out and fire weather watches out in effect for parts of Utah for Thursday for these gusty winds near or above 40 miles per hour, along with relative humidity below 15%. And again, it's these areas of southern and eastern Utah, parts of the Arizona Strip, that also have been very dry recently and have the most severe drought conditions. Looking at the dispersion image on the right, with the gusty winds region-wide, we will see good dispersion, with the only exception being up over parts of central Idaho. So areas where we are seeing some prescribed burning, we will see good ventilation on Thursday. Looking at the winds on Thursday, you can see where the winds will be strongest, out across mainly Utah, the Arizona Strip, and far southern Nevada, where those gusts will exceed 40 miles per hour, and mixing heights will be high. The only exception will be over central Idaho, where we'll see much lower mixing heights as the cold front moves through. Also, temperatures will be decreasing on Thursday behind the cold front and will drop about 5 to 10 degrees from what we're currently seeing, where temperatures will drop to below normal. On Friday, we'll be in between systems as the first cold front moves to the east. We have a secondary colder cold front that will be dropping south through the weekend, and that is currently offshore on Friday. So quiet conditions, decrease in winds on Friday, and we will see dispersion start to reduce over parts of western areas. Again, winds will be decreasing. The only exception might be over western Wyoming and into the higher terrain of northern Utah. Mixing heights will remain moderate to high region-wide. Looking at the forecast clearing index for Utah for the next few days, today we will see generally low clearing indices over the eastern and western lower elevations of Utah with a fairly high clearing indices in the higher terrain. However, on Thursday, as those winds increase, we will see a very high clearing index across the state, and then continuing on Friday over eastern and northern areas where winds remain breezy. Looking at the 3-day forecast amounts of precipitation as that cold front moves through, we will see some light showers over the northern half of the region. Looks like the heavier precipitation will be confined to central and northern Idaho. However, we will see snow levels dropping to below 5,000 or 6,000 feet with this first cold front. As we move into the weekend, we have a stronger cold front dropping down from the north, so we will see winds even stronger on Saturday than we will see both today and Thursday. However, relative humidity will be a little bit higher where those stronger winds will be occurring over the northern half of the Great Basin. But again, winds will be exceeding 40 or 50 miles per hour. We also will see a more significant drop in temperatures along with heavier showers, especially over the northern third of the region. Therefore, good dispersion on Saturday. and even on Sunday over the eastern half of the area as those northwest winds remain breezy behind the cold front. Temperatures will be dropping 10 to 20 degrees below what we are currently seeing, so definitely much cooler temperatures, and snow levels will drop to some valley floors over the northern third of the Great Basin. As we move into Monday, we will see a ridge of high pressure starts to build. However, we will see a secondary cold front on Tuesday, generally brush across Idaho and Wyoming, bringing another drop in temperatures, some gusty winds, and some light showers. Forecast amounts of precipitation that takes us from early Saturday through early Monday, and this is with that second cold front this weekend. You can see the heavier showers, especially across Idaho, Wyoming, far northern Utah, and northeast Nevada. And again, snow levels in these areas will be dropping to below 5,000 feet. The 8 to 14-day outlook, taking us into the end of October, shows definitely a warmer and drier pattern to close the month. So after this next week of cold fronts bringing cooler temperatures, stronger winds, and precipitation, we will see drier and warmer conditions later in the month. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Friday for the latest updates.